Yo, welcome back for another episode, or a new episode. And this episode is going to be, or I guess this series will be the Reddit Creator Dynasty series. So you guys have been really helpful and really supportive of this series so far, and all that happened was just a Reddit post, and I'm really glad you guys gave a lot of input with a lot of names and a lot of, I think it's over 150 comments, maybe it's over more than that now. So we're going to be hopping into this new dynasty, and I just randomized what alma mater this guy is, but his name is ITZY NORMUS, and I know I spelled it different, but I know one of you guys used NORMUS as a last name, so I spelled it differently. That way there's no correlation between the two, so we're just going to leave this stuff the same. And I actually started recording a video about this, and it actually, the intro got corrupted, or the video did. So we're going to start this up to 3. Good, no auto names. And we're going to have this stuff at Heisman, normal. And then for our sliders, this is what we're going to be rocking with for now. But if you guys want me to lower it, or it'll just change depending on what you guys want to see. Right now for the computer, we're just going to leave that. So depending on if it's easy or hard, we can always change it, whatever you guys think there. So I actually did what one of you guys suggested, and his name was, let me see if I can find it real quick. It was Melonhead, I believe it's pronounced Malonhead. So he suggested randomly scroll through this and stop wherever it goes, and we actually stopped at San Jose State. So that's where we ended up stopping. We did 3 times. First we got SEC Kentucky. Second we got, I think it was Eastern Michigan, and then San Jose State. And we're gonna go with this one, San Jose State. That's what we ended up choosing, and I spent the last couple hours just kind of editing all you guys and making sure you guys are on the team. And I'm not sure if I'm gonna have some of you guys just be recruits or how that happens, just because depending on what you guys wanted, I don't know if I want to create you guys and then you guys end up going to another team. So we'll see, but let's take a look at the depth chart. So you guys put up some really good backstories. So it's not showing right now, but this is Troy Barnes. He is majoring in Spanish, and he is a JUCO transfer, and he is 5'9", 174. He will probably be our starter this year. I'm not sure why Tichel Mubisky is second and just in case is second, because just in case, when you guys created him, you suggested he be a 3rd string, so that's where he should be. And as you guys can see, we have Joe Shiesty. Now I heard a rumor that he's probably not going to do anything the first 2 to 3 years, and then that 4th and 5th year he's just going to jump up to the best player in the league. So we'll go on that. This, we have Denny Rucker. This the guy who wrote this should be writing a movie. Let me go and pull that up, but I'll pull that up actually in a little bit. But let's see, depth chart's kind of all muffed up here, not sure what's going on here. Yeah, it's a little messed up. We can take a look at it more. Not sure why it was so bad. Let's just auto reorder that. There we go, nice and easy. So we have Peanut, who is a Derrick Henry clone. Then we got Denny Rucker, who he has a crazy story, and like I said, whoever wrote the story for that, they should be writing movies. Shit made me tear up, and I was just reading a comment. And then we got Terry Walker. Not very good awareness, but he was a Texas track star and got concussion, so his awareness is pretty bad. So we have a pretty stacked team so far, just going over these guys, and I will actually show the comments of what guys said. Then we got Rick Dale. I've been told this guy is just a true fullback, loves to hit stick people, loves playing football just for the pure reason to hit people. Now wide receivers, we have Rashad Bankies. I hope I'm saying the name right. 7 foot 285. You guys were really helpful too with the ratings with some of these guys, because you wanted them to be really good. So that will make this upcoming season not as difficult, I should say. So we got Rashad Bankies, 7 foot 285, an absolute freak. This guy actually created a few players. I think I took 3 of the 4, and he had some pretty good backstories with him. Then we have Star Williams, who was the son of Lil Wayne, and he's a stud. But supposedly, you know, he can check in and check out of games really quickly. So sometimes he'll be getting 3 touchdowns per game, and the next thing he'll just have 8 drops. You never know what he's gonna do. Then we got Lucky Sanchez. This guy is really quick, really fast, but his downside is his hands are horrible. So we'll have to see how he ends up fitting in the role. Then we just have, I think this guy's a real player, not changed. We got Mike Oxlong, 77 overall, 95. He's tiny, but he makes up for it in other ways. And I heard he's got really big feet as well, so you know what they say about that, right? Then we got Henry Whipkey. He only got 1 scholarship offer out of high school, and he ended up coming here. He knows he's going to be a little bit of a project, so he's not that bad, but he's pretty decent. Oh, TJ could be a pretty solid wide receiver. Then we got Michael Burley III. So he was actually he walked on, tried out just for the hell of it, and he ended up making the team. So he's just a freshman as well, like most of these players. So by the time he is a senior, probably 5th year senior, he'll probably be pretty decent. Now we'll move on to the tight ends. So we have Cam Sastner. He is the son of Tony Gonzalez. And what I've been told is Tony Gonzalez just never really cared about him and doesn't approve of him. So his whole mission is to make it to the NFL, become a Hall of Famer, and get his dad's approval. Then we got TJ, another freshman, 6'4", 215. This team will be pretty good because what you guys offered me and how good they ended up being. So we have Dixie NORMUS. And that's why I did not spell my last name like that, just so there's no confusion, like he's the coach's son. So he's a freshman as well, 75 overall, 6'5", 250. Pretty good player. Then we have Alcoholic. So he is a pretty decent player as well, sophomore. And he always gets suspended for at least 2 to 3 games per year because of his drinking problems. And his backup is Unga Bunga, a 6'3", 310 freshman. And that's one of the reasons he came to this school, because he saw that guy is going to be the starter. And even when he's not playing, he's still going to get 2 to 3 games starting and playing those full games a year because of that player's alcohol-related issues. At center, we have Marky Dubois. Now this guy, he's an Alabama guy. He's 5'10", 290, left-handed. He prefers not to wear shoes, so the coaches legit have to duct tape the shoes to him. And he has a pet frog, if I'm reading that correctly. And we'll go over the comments as well at the end. Then we got Tyler Stevens. Now that guy, I did not edit him at all. He's an actual player. But his backup is Jimbo Slice, 6'5", 330. Really good player. And I don't know if you guys will know or not, but his hit power is 99. So I'd watch out if you, that's pretty, you don't want to get punched by him. I know that for sure. Then we got ITZY Lakgar. I hope I'm saying that right. I apologize if I'm not. He is a 76 overall freshman from California. He will be a pretty good player as well, as you can see, a freshman team. I think we should be able to dominate the Mountain West just alone on offense because of how stacked we are. Now, we have, I think this guy is a real player as well. This Vilimia Fihoko, I don't think any of you guys requested him. But we have Mateo Gonzalez, a 6'4", 220 freshman. He's a stud. I believe he is also from California. He's probably going to take a red shirt this year just so that way this guy can hopefully leave the program. Then we have Christopher Torres. I was told this guy is the best defensive end, incoming defensive end in the country, so we'll have to see if he lives up to the hype. 5-star, every team wanted him. So we'll see how he ends up doing. Now we got Lester, 6'5", 325. I believe this guy came from one of your guys' Dynasties or Madden franchise modes, and that's how you came up with the name, is what you said. So we look forward to seeing him. Then we have Krusty Malone. Now, if I'm not mistaken, I think this is Carl Malone from The Office. I might be drawing a blank on his first name. I think it's Carl, but I'm drawing a blank here. So he will also be a pretty good player. I heard he makes some good chili as well. Then we got Jason Hayes, who will be the true freshman, 6'1", 225, outside linebacker, left outside. Then this came from another very generous commenter, a 7', 285, Sir Destructor, MLB, or middle linebacker, number 45. Gave me 99 overall stats, so this guy should be a freak, and I've been told he injures 1 to 2 players per game, so let's hope he holds up to that. Then we got TJ Lumpkin. He's also a stud. He will probably take a red shirt just due to this absolute freak of nature. Spawned out of Nick Saban's backyard and somehow must not have got good enough grades to go to Bama, or I'm not sure. TJ Lumpkin, he will be another stud, so we're excited to see him grow. He's got some really good stats. Alright, so this is an actual player here. And we have Jeff Task the 4th, who will probably end up taking the starting role from this guy. I don't think I'll redshirt him. I'm probably just going to bump him up. I'm excited to see what he can do. And we have such a young team. These guys will grow. Then we got Moochie Gardner. If I'm not mistaken, I believe he is from Philly, or no, Baltimore. And he's a lockdown corner who hits pretty hard. Then we got Carlos Danger, 5'10" freshman. So our defensive backs, we should be stacked for a while here with them. Then we got Booby Gun. This dude is 6'1", 188. Overall, pretty good player. Really good for a freshman. Then we got Buster Muffin Half. He is 6'7", 198. So he is a pencil. Really tall, really skinny. Excited to see what he does. Hopefully he doesn't get too injured. Then for kicker, we got Ryan Dunderscott. Now, he is the son of Michael Scott from The Office. And I'm excited to see what he can do. He's got some interesting stats. So, he can really kick that ball as we get over there, wherever it is. There we go. He's got decent accuracy, but he's really good in the clutch. So, we're excited to see what he can do on the field. Freshman as well, so he's definitely going to be a stud by the time he graduates. Maybe even go pro early. So, this is our punter. This dude is 6'6", 252. Absolute unit. Really fast. He can hit stick people, or truck. And he has a decent arm, so he can run some trick plays if needed with him. But look at that. Holy shit. He can hit stick people like no other. So our team will be really good. And with that being said, these were just the ones I fit in this just because I didn't think it'd be fair if we added any more, just because they probably wouldn't see as much playing time to what we had. But for quarterback situation, we're definitely going to shuffle some guys around a bit. I think Joe Shiesty will probably end up taking a red shirt this year, and just based on what happens, but these two guys should be the main starters there. So now let's see here. I don't think I'm going to go into recruiting yet, but let me show you guys some of the YouTube comments. Alright, so I am not actually going to read these. I might scroll through these slowly so you guys can read them themselves, but these guys that came up with these stories, they did a really good job, and I really appreciate how much effort you guys put in this. So I'm going to put a lot of effort into this as well, and I really hope you guys enjoy this series, and hope we can go on for a while with it, because I know you guys put a lot of effort into it, and there's a lot of comments, so it's going to take quite a few seasons to probably shuffle through everyone. And throughout this process too, for you guys who go early or last, or just whenever, you can always suggest more players or what to do and so forth, like just more backstories or more players to add throughout the comments, and I'll make sure they get added to the list. So let's scroll on through. So we got Mateo Gonzalez, 6'4", 220 edge, number 90, engineering major, stud. Then we got Moochie Primetime Gardner. He's the cornerback. You guys, like I said again, did a really good job putting in the backstories, and I really appreciate how much effort you put into it. And some of you guys made it easy by putting all the stats, and that were just some specific stats, so that way it was a lot easier to go up with it. Michael Burley, the 3rd. He will be a good one to watch over these next years. Then we got ITZY Blackgar. I hope I'm saying that name right. I apologize if not. Rick Dale. Now, if you guys know, I'm a Purdue fan, and I know Mike Allstott was kind of like a running back fullback combo, but really excited to play this one because this just seems like it embodies Mike Allstott. Then we got Marky Dubois. I hope I'm saying that right. Yep, the center from Alabama, simple kid who struggles in school but can snap a football right to the breadbasket from 60 yards. Now that's impressive, and he's got a pet frog, which is even cooler. Then we got Lester. He's a dual physics and philosophy major, so he will be an interesting guy to see over these next couple years. Then we got Jason Hayes, Indiana, 3-star linebacker, 6'1", 225. He was unranked at these other positions, but he is an elite athlete, so it'll be excited to see how he ends up doing. Terry Lightning Walker. This is the 6'8", 190 running back who's athletic freak, but his awareness is kind of bad. Then we got Henry Whipkey, 6'1", 220, joined football his junior year after playing basketball his whole life, and immediately stepped into a starting role on varsity in his first season. He gets a scholarship to San Jose State, and he is always going to be looking to prove himself. Then we got Dixie Normus, the left tackle, who's 6'5", 250, from Minnesota, liberal arts, and then decided before he graduated high school to change to biology. Smart kid, but doesn't apply himself in school, so he's pretty clumsy as well. Then we got TJ, journalism major, 6'4", 215 tight end. Firstly committed to Marquette, but realized they did not have a football program, and then fell back to San Jose State after realizing that. So we got lucky to get him. Then we got Unga Bunga, 6'3", 310-pound guard. He is a thick boy, I'm sure, once you guys see gameplay footage of him. I did not add Tom Brady in this yet, just due for the fact that we have already a stacked quarterback room for the next few years. Maybe once some guys get out, we can go. Now look at this story right here. Man, this is this guy right here, Dennis Rucker, he deserves to be writing books or writing movies because he is gifted for sure. Now I'm going to be quiet here just so you guys can kind of read it, but 12 weeks early, so he's kind of a smaller kid growing up. Adopted because his mom died from childbirth, and got adopted by one of the nurses. Thankfully the hospital turned a blind eye, and no one could ever catch him, so his elusiveness is just insane. And it looks like his dad died his senior year from a car accident because of a drunk driver, and after that Denny said he was going to sit out his senior season because all he could think about was the passing of his father Carl, and Stephanie had no say in the matter. Denny was adamant. And his dad reached out to him, and at first he was kind of skeptical, but his dad reached out again and ended up making it happen. So after the state championship weekend, Denny committed to San Jose State. Really appreciate your work, Dennis. Really good job. Everyone should come here and like this. Then we got Mike Oxlong. Short, but makes up for it in other areas, majoring in economics. I looked this up, LOL. They get laid the most, and it thought it fit the name. SMH. Great job. I appreciate it. Great work for doing some extra research there. Then we got Star Williams, the son of famous Lil Wayne. Never had a close relationship with his dad. He doesn't like to tackle. He can get lazy, but he's also extremely gifted, so it'll be interesting to see how his career turns out. Who knows? Maybe something could happen to him, but we will see how he ends up because he is one of the most sought-after athletes in the country. Then we got Christopher Torres. Unfortunately, we did not have those numbers available for him, so he's something else, but he has a really good backstory as well. Exploded his senior year with 25 sacks, 40 tackles for loss, 3 picks, and 10 forced fumbles, and everyone wanted him else, and he ended up saying he wanted to go to play for San Jose State. Unfortunately, there's no FCS schools that I have through Team Builder that we can play, so we ended up thankfully going with a smaller team than a bigger one. Oh, dang. So Corey Jones, he will definitely have to be in the next one of the next seasons for sure, just because this happened after I already created the rosters. So yes, he will definitely be added in the next season. So Corey Towns, I really like your comment, and he will be added. And he's from Australia, which will be interesting. We might have to have him give him some good kicking ability, maybe play some rugby. Who knows? Now, the box gave us quite a few here. As you can see, we have Rashad Bankiness. He's a stud. Big boy too. Then we got Sir Destructor, just a 5-star, 99. Johnny Red, unfortunately we had our running back room kind of stacked at the moment, so we decided to give him out, but he's got some good stories. I really appreciate your backstories, the box. Then we got Biggest Dixon, who is a cornerback, 6'2", 289. He could be 5'9", 370. We're not entirely sure until he gets on the program. And he gave us a really good idea too, that if we were Hawaii, the nickname would have been Honolulu Express. Then we got, oh, did not mean to do that. Sorry, Sean. I'll give you a like for that one. So we have Ray Bands. We did not get Ray Bands yet, but who knows, might need to create an edited player for University of Iowa, and we'll just have to follow his career. Then we got Jimbo Slice, offensive tackle. So that's kind of the backstories we got going on. The rest of the guys were on Reddit. So with that being said, let's hop back into the game. Alright, so we're back. We're going to do some redshirting. I know this video is kind of taking a little longer, so we might not get an actual gameplay in this episode, and I apologize for that. But this team is stacked, so let's see what we need to do here. We're going to redshirt Joe Shiesty, because I don't think he'll play. These guys will probably rotate just in case. With some good speed, we'll do some options for sure. So we got Peanut. I made him a junior just for the fact that since he's going to be Derrick Henry, we want him to leave sooner so that way these guys get a shine. And Danny Rucker, I'm sure he's excited for his opportunity, and we're excited to have him play. So we'll redshirt him. I don't know though, just in case he gets injured. We'll let him sit, maybe redshirt him next year. Now for wide receivers, Burley and Whipkey will get redshirted. So we have a really young receiving core. This is our oldest player besides Braddock. Tight end, we don't need to redshirt these guys because these guys will carry us for the next 2 years, or at least few years, sorry. We'll redshirt him, and that way we don't have to recruit as much. I would love to redshirt him, but Ooga Booga, or Alcoholic will be sitting out 2 to 3 games every year due to alcohol poisoning or suspension. Then we got this guy, Kai Peterson, he'll be sitting. Jimbo Slice has already been redshirted, did not switch him. Then we got E-Tree Latgar, who'll be starting. Left end, yeah, we'll redshirt Mateo, just so that way it's his. We'll redshirt this guy. Chris Torres is looking for a huge season here. We'll leave this guy because he's no threat, so we're stacked for defensive tackles. We'll also redshirt him. We're pretty good with middle linebackers, but we'll redshirt TJ Lumpkin just so that way he'll get his fair shake. Task, I'm actually probably going to start him, so no worries there. Then we got Moochie Gardner, Carlos Danger, Biggest Dixon. So Biggest Dixon will take a redshirt just because it's going to be these guys' year for the next few years. Then we got Booby Gunn, who will be the starting free safety. He's good to go. And Buster Muffin Half, he's going to be starting. And these guys are good. So this team's looking overall pretty good. Custom schedules. We'll probably do this, then take a look. We definitely have to test ourselves early. Alabama. Who can we get the number 2 team? Let's see. Oregon, Ohio State. Yeah, let's do Ohio State. And then Minnesota. Let's see what the best team. Cincinnati, Georgia. We're going to definitely play some of the best right away. Just hopefully Texas A&M, we'll do them. So yes, and let's... Oh, Clemson. We'll move Clemson back there. So we'll have some tough teams right there to play. So let's see if these freshmen and upperclassmen can show what they're made of. Now let's just take a quick look at who will be interested in playing for us and who you guys might be taking over. Because anyway, I'll probably edit these guys who come in and base it around that as well, just so we got that squared away. So let's just see. Doubt we have anyone interested in here unless they're probably from California. Okay, so we got a safety. So if any of you guys would like to be a safety in an upcoming video, this guy, let me know. But other than that, I think I'm going to end it here. It's already been a little bit long, so appreciate you guys for watching. Like I said, everyone will get their name put in the game at some point, just due to the unexpected amount of it. It's just gonna take some time. So really appreciate you guys watching, all the support you gave on Reddit. And I know I'm trying to get these out, but I do work a full-time job, so it might take me a little bit longer. And the only 2 days I really do a lot of my bulk of recording are Tuesday nights and Saturday, and that kind of varies sometimes due to scheduling and all that. So with that being said, I hope you guys enjoy the video, like, subscribe, and look forward to more to come. Thanks for watching. Peace.